DownHome Sports, covering all the sports in Ellis County. Brought to you by Pinnacle Bank, the way banking should be. Pinnacle Bank, not just another bank in Texas, but Texas in a bank. Located off of 287 in Midlothian, Texas. And Dough City Pizza and Burgers, for artisan burgers, pizzas, and ice cream. Make sure you go where it's delicious to Dough City Pizza and Burgers, located in Red Oak, right across from the high school.
Elite Foot and Body in Midlothian, Texas, off of 663. Make sure you go to get your body rejuvenated after hard workouts and great competitions.
With today's busy schedules, we need flexibility. Pinnacle Bank is the way banking should be. With ATM Live, powered by the people. They have hours that make it easy. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can just pull up to one of the easy-to-access ATMs, where there's always someone live, friendly, and knowledgeable to help you. Pinnacle Bank, not just another bank in Texas, but Texas in a bank. Member FDIC. All right, folks, guess what? It is that time. It's time for No Clap Clap down at State. All right, so we got some great kids here from Ellis County that made the state meet out of the 19 from our county that made it. We got Michaela Jackson in the triple jump. We got Emma Curry. Guess what? Shoe time in there. She's going 3,200 and 1,600. And Aiden Matthews in the 200 meter. Ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to welcome y'all. I hope y'all are having a good time and getting ready for this state meet. Michaela, let's talk, just jump right into it. Talk about your season and how you've progressed and how you feel about your chances going into this.
So this season, actually, like the beginning of the season wasn't the best for me. When it was time for meets, I was really overthinking and just not doing like my best. So when it came to district, I knew like this is it, like it's one and done. It's now or never. So I had to let all that go and go out there and do what I know how to do. And since then, I've been winning. I've won district, area, and regionals, and I'm really excited to go win state.
Well, Aiden, what about you in your season, man?
Oh, it started off pretty rough. I was dealing with a hamstring injury, so I missed the first 4 track meets that we had, and my first meet was the meet before district. And then I came out and I won that one, and then just kept pushing hard in practice, and now I'm going to state.
Hey, and Emma, you don't take time off. I mean, you go from state qualifying in cross country, and now you're qualifying in 2 major long distance events. I mean, what was that feeling like for you to be able to complete this kind of thing?
Yeah, well, I've actually never competed at the state track meet before. I mean, I was hoping to go last year, like before the season was canceled. So this has kind of been like what I've been working for, like the past like 4 years. Like I've qualified to the state cross country meet 3 times, but track was always like, it's much more difficult to go in track due to like only taking 2 per region. So that was kind of like one of my main goals since freshman year, was kind of like to get there. So I'm just really excited to be able to compete.
That is awesome. And Michaela, you know, people don't realize this, but y'all basically on a track and field team, you got all these multiple events. You got normally a particular coach that's working with you. Can you talk about your coach and how much that relationship has meant to you being able to make it here this year?
My relationship with my coach is like wonderful. It's top tier. I find that really important because you have to trust who you're working with. If you don't trust who you're working with, then you're not going to get any better. So having a relationship with my coach is really important to me.
That's awesome. And Aiden, I mean, you not only had your coach, but you had the trainers probably helping you out to get back to this point. Can you talk about that and the relationships that were built there?
It was good. I'm glad that I've had this. He was a new coach that came in, and he was always really invested in me and trying to get me to be better and the best that I can be. And he was with me every morning trying to stretch me out, make sure I'm perfectly healthy whenever track came.
That's cool, man. And Emma, I believe, and correct me if I'm wrong, but Waxahachie, your coach stayed with you from cross country into these long distance runs, correct? So, I mean, most of these relationships are year long anyways, but that's a very intimate relationship. Can you talk about, did y'all work during cross country season towards this goal, of making these two, and how that evolved?
Yeah, so I mean, he's been my coach since sophomore year, kind of freshman year as well too. So I mean, he knows me as an individual really well, and just kind of like what kind of training works best for me. So I mean, going into cross country season, we're kind of just focused on cross country and like what goals I want to achieve there, but it also kind of builds the base for like having a good track season as well. So like accomplishing those goals there like really helps in the long run. So
That's pretty awesome. Well, and is there one particular story, and I'm going to ask all three of y'all the same question. Is there one particular moment that you'll look back on, besides winning that big gold medal, okay? Is there one moment that you'll look back on this season and go, that was the turning point of my year? This is when things really turned for me. Michaela?
I think I have to say the week before district when I was really in my head about not doing as good as I really wanted to. I sat down, I texted my coach, and I just had a really long talk with her about the season, and it really helped. So that's one thing that I really look back on.
What, Aiden, for you, is there any one particular thing or one particular moment?
Mine was last football season. I never really played at all and got on the field anything, so it kind of made me mad. So then I just started working out and pushing myself every day to make me better, and had a good football season, and then had to deal with the injury, which motivated me even more to do as best as I could in track.
Awesome. And Emma, what about you?
I'm not sure if there was like a specific like thing like this
Sure.
season, because I feel like it was kind of like all kind of like up and down, kind of like an uphill battle. But my times were kind of iffy like middle season, and I feel like at area I really kind of like had a breakthrough and like got back to like where I was supposed to be, and just kind of realized like, okay, like I'm in this, like I'm getting back to like where I need to be. So that was really like, felt good to know that.
That's good. No, but, and one of the big things about track and field is you got your individual event, you got your team scores as well, and it's kind of hard to get out there and cheer for those people on the backside, like Michaela doing the triple jump. They're normally behind the, everything, or if you're a thrower, you're over in the next pasture that they could possibly keep for the school district. But how more important is that family support when you're at these meets? And I know y'all's parents probably don't miss a second of any race, okay? Michaela, how important are your parents in that cheering section of friends and family to you when you're out there?
It's really important. Like you said, not all the time, like our teammates can sit there and watch us because where they have the stands or stuff like that. So my parents being there and one of the people that are able to sit in the stands and watch is really important.
Aiden, anything about that?
I really enjoy them being there. It motivates me to see the support, and it helps me in the races.
Okay. What about you, Emma? How important is that family support?
Yeah, and not a lot of people enjoy watching a 2-mile race.
Yeah.
So, I don't blame them either. Like it would get boring. Like I get that, but my parents have like always been there no matter what. Like they'll be the only ones in the stands if they have to. Like the 2 miles usually pretty early before all the rest of the running events. So like nobody's really even there yet, but no matter what, like they're always like on the front row, like as well as like my teammates' parents who like also race the 3200. So that just like really helps a lot to always have them there. So.
Well, I want to thank y'all for coming on with us tonight. And I tell you what, from DownHome Sports, we wish y'all the best at state. And folks, if you have a chance, I know there's going to be an NFHS deal that's going to be recording this. You can buy the service online. make sure that you check it out. I mean, 19 of these young people, I mean, Emma's made it to state before and done an excellent job representing Ellis County and Waxahachie High School. You know, y'all two are doing an amazing thing this year. And along with the other 16 competitors the Ellis County's sending, and representing your sport and your schools in this county in such a good light. Emma, I've had a chance to talk to you before. Michaela, I've known you for a while. Aiden, I'm just getting to know through his mom and stuff. But, you know, y'all are very good representations out there for the community and what the sport of track and field really is. And we want to just give you a tip of the cap. Okay? Thank you once again for joining us. And folks, stay tuned for more information on these youngsters as they compete for a big gold medal down there and hopefully win one. In Ellis County, there's only one place to go. Doe City Pizza and Burgers. But don't worry, they got you also covered on ice cream as well. All kinds of flavors made in-house just specially for you. And toppings to boot, as many as you like. So count your blessings for Doe City Pizza and Burgers and those big old scoops the size of Texas. Made just the way you want. So head on down to Doe City where the service and food are both delicious. Doe City Pizza and Burgers located in Red Oak, Texas, right across from the high school. Come on down and try them. Guess what? We got Ennis Softball. We got Maddie. We got Aubrey. We got Kylie here along with Coach Kinder. And Coach, we want to be congratulate you on a great season. No, it didn't end the way y'all wanted to and to keep it going, but just talk about the improvement you saw the team make this year.
I think overall, just we had more. I'm trying to set up in here. We had more people have better at bats at the plate. We had more success, I think, at making the adjustments we needed to make. I think we made a huge improvement in practice, just working on that sense of urgency, doing things game-like. We pushed that all year. I've really pushed it since I've been here, but I've seen a big adjustment this year and pushing themselves harder in practice and trying to make the plays at greater speed. I think that finally made some changes in making some of those bigger plays this year.
Well, and Aubrey, do you mind talking about, one thing I noticed when I got to see y'all a couple times was that dugout was rocking most of the time, especially at home. But how much more energy is there within the program right now?
We've had a lot more energy. I mean, we've definitely come out a lot this year, or cheering wise, and just being a lot more like engaging in the game this year.
Awesome. And Kylie, I mean, over your career, what I've noticed about you is you're an OBP person. Your on base percentage is normally really good and up there. Just talk about what that's meant to you to keep that number growing as you've gone along.
To keep my on base up, I just focus on really, what's the word? Just getting on and continuing to work hard, figuring out where I need to hit the ball in order for it to drop, focus on hitting the gaps, and really focusing in on what the pitcher's throwing, how to hit that certain pitch, and where to take it.
Well, it's great philosophy, and it's obviously working for you. Maddie, I want to come back to you, and I think, Coach, we need to check the record books. I think there's one more home run out there that's in the book somewhere. But, Maddie, finishing your career with 49 homers. I mean, that's pretty amazing right there.
Those started in 2016. Those are also count my select ones. I think I finished with maybe 8, I don't know, somewhere 16, 17, 18, somewhere in there for total Ennis high school home runs.
Yeah. But I'm just saying 49 home runs in that length of time is not a bad little record there. I wouldn't downplay that and try to be humble about it because, you've done a lot of other things. You hit the ball hard and have been moving runners all season for them. Just talk about that team aspect. You don't have to hit the home run to be all excited. But how great is it when you hit a ball that hard and you got runners on the pond for you and you're moving everybody around and people are scoring?
I mean, it's always a lot more fun with people on base. I mean, I can hit a home run, I can hit a double, a triple, a single, but at the end of the day, it really doesn't matter if there's not people on in front of me to score those runs. So it's been great to have more people get on this season and have me be able to hit in that 4-hole spot and then trust that 3 more people in front of me can get on.
That's a team player right there, Coach. Well, the program hasn't been back to the playoffs in a while, and you ladies accomplished that this year, a little bit over 5 years, if my numbers are correct. But
I believe so, yep.
Yeah, but Coach, just talk about what it means to the program to make it back to that playoff deal and be able to compete in that next level.
I think it's huge. I think, again, it's something that we put in their heads all year, really even probably going back to last year. We have talked a lot about, that atmosphere and being in the playoffs and how important that is and how exciting that is. And, we've always wanted to be there, but didn't really know how to get there. And so I think it's exciting for them. And even though it was a short run, I think, now that we've been there, these girls that are going to want to get back. And so I think, we're going to continue to push hard and continue to push to get, back to the top where Ennis has been before. So.
Well, and Aubrey, what does it mean to you personally to be one of the people instilling that winning culture back into Ennis softball?
It means a lot to me, especially when I can count on the girls just to have my back. And most of all, I mean, the chemistry, I guess.
And Kylie, do you mind talking about just the sisterhood of that dugout? And I mean, this year more than any that I've seen the past few, you ladies just seem to be right there for each other. It was always a pickup. It was always being ready to go out and just, lift your teammate up.
I mean, the sisterhood is definitely there. I mean, there's always somebody picking you up when you're down. We always got to eat together. There's always something happening with us. And we're always there for each other, no matter what there's going on, good or bad. So.
And that's greatness right there. Well, Maddie, I just wanted to get this with you. What I know you a little bit more personally than the rest of the girls, but just taking your select career and your high school career and putting that all together. I mean, that's a lot of softball right there for you personally, I know. But does this team not hold a special place in your heart?
Yes, I really do love the girls on this team. We spend so much time together, but one of my favorite things is just that we can get mad at each other. We can have our spats, we can have whatever, but like at the end of the day, we all just love each other, and no matter what's going on, we all pick each other up, and just no one stays mad or anything. Like we just love each other. We forget about it when we start playing.
Well, and that's a great sign of a great team and a great program right there. Well, Coach, real quick, just from your perspective, these 3 young ladies, how have they set the table for years to come? Not only just next year, but years to come.
I think in the beginning it starts, from Maddie. When I first came in, I think, and not to say anything against anybody else, but I think there was a pretty big issue with leadership as far as seniors were concerned. I know that we had some ups and downs with that. And I think, just maybe not being either a leader on the field or maybe not doing what they're supposed to off the field, or weren't incredibly nice to, underclassmen and such. And so we made a huge change in that. And I think Maddie was a huge example in that area. Super sweet girl, but still had to get on the girls when it was necessary. And I think that was huge. And we pulled together some captains that included not just seniors, but these girls. And so Kylie Morton, Aubrey Leilani, they're captains, and we use different age groups in that reason, so that hopefully the next couple of years they'll be able to be those same type seniors, to where they can, be hard and be that mother type and be a coach when they need to be and tell them to get going. And at the same time, put them under their wing and take them and pick them up when they make mistakes. And so I think that's huge for Maddie. And I'm hoping, with Kylie Morton and Aubrey Leilani as well, that they'll be able to do that, the next couple of years.
Well, and ladies, I'm sorry, Coach, what was that?
I said at least one more year. They only have one more year, but
exactly. But Aubrey, we're going to start with you, okay? What do you think? What was the best moment with the team this year for you personally?
The best moment of the team this year, personally for me, was just the atmosphere. It was just overall a lot better. I felt like on and off the field, we just clicked that much more, and that's what it takes to get to that next level. And yeah.
Okay, what about you, Kylie?
For me, it was forgetting your mistakes quicker. Because, for example, like whenever we played our first game against Midlow, they beat us by a lot. But then when we played them again, it was 11-0 in the first inning. So just being able to compete no matter what happened last time was really great.
And Maddie, what about you?
You said best moment from the year?
Yeah.
I think it was in the playoffs when we played our first game against Roy City. The first few innings, we had been louder than we had probably been all year. And it was just a lot of fun to go and hop on a team like that. And just the whole experience was great for all of us. It was a lot of fun to be in that position.
That's pretty darn cool. Well, Coach, one of the things that I know that you're focused on is the development not just of these players on the field, but off the field.
Yes, sir.
And, these three young ladies represent not only Ennis, but Ennis Softball in a great light. And do you mind is there a story that maybe have all three of them in it, or a moment that you can remember, or just one of your favorite moments from the season as well?
I kind of have to second or piggyback off three of them. I think if I go off the entire season, and it does involve all three ladies, is, just the atmosphere was great in the dugout, and they did that themselves. We told them that we wanted, this, but they maintained that and found new ways to do, fun things and create, whatever sounds that they wanted to create. And we love that. And that was hard for a lot of teams to experience, because I could hear them in the dugout when I was over there. The coaches and the other kids were annoyed by it, and it was interesting. But I think overall, just the fact that we finally hit one of our goals, is getting back to the playoffs. And I think that's my biggest point in coming in. It was obviously a huge goal, is getting back to where we did. And so I think hitting that goal was my probably biggest point for the whole year. And not only that, I guess when we got there, it wasn't like we just quit. We knew we were facing a huge opponent, and we knew we were going to face a tough pitcher, and we got in there and we did it for 7 innings straight. We didn't get down. Even when we did get down in the game, they didn't quit. And then we turned around and did that the second day again. And so I think that is my biggest point, is I'm super proud of them hitting their goal, but then, trying to push past that as well.
Well, ladies, we want to congratulate y'all again on excellent season, making the playoffs. But not only that, making the playoffs in one of the toughest districts in the state. And I know you may not take that as consolation right now, but this was one heck of a tough district, both baseball and softball, with all the schools in Ellis County, because y'all would have had to compete every night, because I don't think y'all had a night off where you just said, oh, we can win this. This is going to be an easy one, an easy pitcher. But I commend each and every one of y'all on the absolutely fantastic job that y'all did. Aubrey and Kylie, we can't wait to cover y'all next year, okay? And see y'all continue this. And Maddie, I think Coach would probably say now you're one of the cornerstones of that in a softball program. And thank you for being a mentor and an example to a lot of girls around Ellis County of not only how to play the sport, but how to play it right.
Absolutely.
Coach, ladies, thank y'all for coming on, and we really appreciate your time, and we can't look to see what happens for everybody on here, okay?
Thank you
so much.
Thank you.
Elite Foot and Body, therapeutic massage and assisted stretching. we push our bodies to the limit, trying to gain that extra edge to be ready to take the field when that whistle blows. So take care of the most important equipment, your body, with massage, compression therapy, assisted stretching. So when you're ready to play at an elite level. Elite Foot and Body, therapeutic massage and assisted stretching in Midlothian, Texas, off of 663. Call 214-817-8545 for your appointment today.
today's busy schedules, we need flexibility. Pinnacle Bank is the way banking should be, with ATM Live powered by the people. They have hours that make it easy. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can just pull up to one of the easy-to-access ATMs, where there's always someone live, friendly, and knowledgeable to help you. Pinnacle Bank, not just another bank in Texas, but Texas in a bank. Member FDIC. Take her away, brother.
All righty. We are welcoming in Midlothian Baseball. We've got, playoff bound Midlothian Baseball. We got Coach Highs, Nathan Humphreys, Lance Raines, and Hunter Rainwater joining us. We appreciate y'all taking time out of your evenings to come and chat. Coach Highs, let's start with you. For you guys to get in there to the playoffs in a district that was as grueling and as tough as probably anywhere in the state, talk about how proud of the guys you are, because y'all turned it around. I know it was a little rough to start district. You found a way. You fought back, beat Ennis in that seeding game. I mean, you guys were rolling. Talk about how you feel about this team.
Well, we're excited and really thankful and blessed to be in. And, this team has a lot of character to it. And we talked about a lot of things, but I just really had a feeling at the beginning of the year, early in the year, we weren't playing really well with in each game, but I just knew these kids knew how to battle. We have some guys, Hunter and Lance and Nathan, and, we got Caden Copeland. We had some guys that had been in the fire before, and they know what it takes to get there. And, we just kept pressing on, and we went through some rough waters there, and we just kept talking. And, I kept telling them, I believe in you, and telling you that, I just said, I feel like you're really the best team in the district, and that's the way I really truly feel. And, I'm sure there's other people out there that disagree with that, but, they're my guys, and I know what they're capable of doing, and I just know what we're about. And we kept fighting, and, man, they just kept getting better and better, and things started to kind of click a little bit. And I'm extremely proud of them, and, man, we're more happy to be where we're at, and we're looking forward to Friday night.
Well, and Lance, one of the things being on first base, chatting people up, but from the games I was able to attend this year and watch y'all and stuff, it seemed like you had a common effect on the infield, just kind of keeping everybody solid. What's that relationship like with y'all on that infield?
I just try to keep everybody motivated and on the same page. Just high intensity throughout the game from the first pitch to the last. Just be in it.
Nice.
Well, Hunter, sticking on the defensive side, talk about when you guys are out there, because you got a solid defense and guys are stepping up and making plays. How much more confidence it gives you rolling over to the offensive side of the ball, or getting your pitcher on the bump, throwing strikes, getting ground balls, getting fly balls, knowing that your defense is going to make plays? How much better does it make you feel as a team when you've got that confidence that if a ball's hit, put in play, you got the gloves and the arms to make it?
Well, we have a really solid defense, and I think our pitchers know that as well. Like, they know that if they can get ground balls, fly balls hit, that we're going to catch them. We're going to back them up behind them when they're pitching, and we're going to make the plays in the field, and we're going to be solid. I think it gives them a lot more confidence that we are doing what we're doing or what we're supposed to do, so they can do what they're supposed to do and keep their mind focused on getting ground balls, pop flies, and knowing that we're going to back them up.
Well, Nathan, that outfield's no joke either. I mean, y'all been making some really good plays. There's been some big-time catches to kind of close out some innings lately. Just talk about the 3 to 4 of y'all out there in the group out there.
Outfield's always hard to stay focused in because you don't get the ball very often. But I try to, during the games, I try to keep talking to them, keep them in the game, try to have some fun out there while we do it. And just to make sure that they're in the right mindset to make that play when they need to. And just to always be ready for the ball, because it's only going to happen once or twice a game, if that. And so I just try to keep them in the game, try to have some fun out there while we're doing it.
Well, Coach, one big thing is this year, a little bit more normal than what I've seen, is just the energy your guys are playing with. And when there's a big play, I mean, that dugout's erupting. the guys on the field are Upton. Just talk about how that's propelled y'all into what you got going on this second half of the season.
Well, I think each time that you play and you have to have some energy, and we talk a little bit about that. Well, I say a little bit. We talk a lot about having energy and supporting each other, and I think these guys are starting to figure it out a little bit, and it really has been exciting to see how that's helped us along the way. And, we talk about playing as one team and picking your brother up and just fighting together as a family. And that's really what we kind of taken our motto, that we're a family. And, there's going to be good days and there's going to be bad days. You just got to fight through the adversity. And right now, I think we have a lot of confidence, and we believe in each other. And I know these guys that are on this radio right now, that they are fired up about playing because, if you go back a couple of years ago, there was nothing better than the excitement that was brought. And, we got a big challenge. We know that none of this is going to be easy, but we got a lot of players on that team that are excited about it and giving good energy. And so we're looking forward to going out.
Well, Lance, let's go over to the offensive side of the ball. You guys are scrappy. You ain't going down looking. You're fighting all the way, and your guys aren't scared to run on those base passes. Base paths. Talk about how the mentality of being aggressive, the mentality of if you get to a fighting, how that's propelled you guys to where you're at and to be successful at the.
So my mentality and what I try to tell everybody else is when we're approaching the plate is to win every at bat, but then tell yourself you're going to hit every pitch that's thrown. That way, if it's right there, you hit it, and if not, you back off and just be a competitor. That's what I always tell everybody, is to compete and just win. If you try to win every at bat, you're going to succeed 1 out of 3 times, and that's successful. And hopefully at the end of the game, we're on top.
Well, and Hunter, I tell you what, man, it just seems like, one of the things you hear from that dugout all the time is do your job when you're up there batting. You guys are laying down bunts. You're hitting opposite side. You're doing the things, the little bitty things that make a team successful. How great is it to have a team that's completely bought in 1 through 9 in that lineup?
Well, I feel like it gives everybody a lot more confidence. Like when somebody's out there doing their job, they get the bunt sign, they get it down. That gives everybody else a lot more confidence to do their job after that. Because hitting is it's effective. If somebody else gets hit, you're gonna get a hit. It's just keeps on rolling. And I think when everybody gets the bunt down, does their job, then it just gives everybody a lot more confidence in themselves and what they're gonna do when they go up to the plate.
Well, Nathan, as a guy who handles the bat pretty dang well, I mean, you can spray triple, home run, double, it doesn't matter, but you're also willing to drop a bunt down to do what's needed to be done. Talk about your mentality up there as a guy who can swing it, but when you're asked to do your job, not afraid to do it, the unselfishness, it's not just you, it's the team. But talk about that mentality and how getting bought into that can help lead to success and help lead to wins.
Well, hitting's always a mindset. So every time I go up there, I'm thinking I'm the best person on this field right now, and no one's going to beat me. I know that sounds a little cocky, but I think you have to have that mindset to do anything. And to do that bunt, you have to think, I want to get that bunt down so my teammate behind me can get this guy in. And so I always think that even when I have to lay down a bunt, I might not like it, but I always tell myself I need to do this so the guy behind me can do his job and get him in.
And so, well, Lance, let's talk about your coaching staff for a second here, okay? You got Justin, you got Loopy, you got Ryan Rogers, and you got Coach Hides. How much of those guys how have they affected y'all this year and over the past years to get y'all to this point?
Excuse me. Pretty effective, honestly. And we also had Coach Tidwell freshman year.
Oh, yeah.
But I struggled pretty hard at the beginning of sophomore year. And Coach Mendoza, he's a coach that will get really close with the player to help them develop their craft and help them just succeed. He wants to see everybody on the team succeed and be a winner. And Coach Hastings, he's a good coach. He's always talking to the dugout, getting everybody hyped up. Coach Rogers is always putting his mind to it, and him and Coach Hides, they figure out a way to win.
Hey, well, Hunter, Do you ever want to tell Coach Rogers to calm down on the sabermetric stuff?
Yeah, sometimes a little bit.
Well, you know, my daughter had Loopy in the 5th grade. She said he always looked mean because he's walking around with a bat. But did these guys not really get their hearts out to y'all? I mean, Coach talked about it being family, and I cover Midlothian a lot more because we do the radio deal. But you know, one of the things that his family's always there. They're a part of everything, and so are all your coaches. Does that not just bring a special bond as a team when you have that much buy-in from not just your coaching staff, but their families as well?
Yeah, it does. I mean, like seeing their families there, seeing Coach Rogers' little kids standing right by the dugout. I mean, that just gives us something to look up to. Like, we know that they're looking up to us. They know who every single one of us is. They know what every single one of us does, how we do it, what we do it. They see all of our actions. I think that gives us more of like to keep in your head, to keep mindful of what you say and what you do, because you know those little kids are watching, and they're going to know that they go home and tell Coach Rogers, oh, he got a hit, he did this, he did that. And when they see our bad actions, like say we throw our bat or something, he goes and he pays attention to that. Coach Rogers' son does, and he goes and tells Coach Rogers that. And then that just should keep us in like a mindset of be careful in what we're doing and how they look up to us and how they want to be like us when we get older.
Well, Nathan, as y'all approach the playoffs, I know you guys said that y'all are excited, you're ready to go. Talk about how the locker room feels, and then what most y'all are looking forward to as y'all get to take on Highland Park here this Thursday.
I'm not gonna lie, locker room feels kind of intense. I think everyone's anxious to get ready to go. I think we're all excited to go and play because we all know, like, we're the underdogs right now. We all want to go prove everyone wrong and kind of recreate what we did in 2019, but our own story this time. And we want to go out there and prove to everyone that we can play with the best and that we can beat the best.
Well, awesome. Well, guys, we appreciate y'all coming on and joining us and taking time out of your evenings. We wish you the best of luck against Highland Park to get that by-district win, but we know that y'all are going to do so much more. And
yes,
so
sir.
thank you so much. Wish you the best of luck, and then hopefully we're talking here in a week or two about some more playoff victories. So y'all enjoy your evening. Best of luck in Highland Park, and we'll talk to y'all later.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Sir.
Elite Foot and Body, therapeutic massage and assisted stretching. We push our bodies to the limit, trying to gain that extra edge to be ready to take the field when that whistle blows. So take care of the most important equipment, your body, with massage, compression therapy, assisted stretching. So when you're ready to play at an elite level. Elite Foot and Body, therapeutic massage and assisted stretching in Midlothian, Texas, off of 663. Call 214-817-8545 for your appointment today.
We are welcoming in the district champs, your Italy Gladiators. We got Coach Gary Brown, we got Reese Janik with us. We appreciate y'all taking time out of your evenings to join us. Thank y'all so much. Coach Brown, we talked at the beginning of the year, and you were pretty just straightforward with the goals to win. Goals to win district, get into the playoffs, and y'all accomplished that goal. How good does it feel to step back and take a look and evaluate the season as y'all prepare for the by-district round?
Well, I'm proud of them. You know, last year we didn't get to do what we wanted to do, and we felt like we were in a good position. And the year before, we finished one game out and felt like we should have won it. And so and all these guys were there. We were young at the time, and they lost district by one run. We literally balked in a run 3-2 in the top of the seventh to lose the district championship. And so that should be your goal every year in every sport. And we've been very fortunate this year. We won district in football. We won district in basketball, and now we got the trifecta and we won it in baseball. So the goal now is to go one game at a time. So we're looking at Dawson. We're not looking past Dawson. I know who's waiting on us on the other side, but I'm one of those. I'm gonna get through this one before I worry about that one. So we're gonna play Thursday and Saturday in Whitney, and we got a series, and we'll see what happens.
Well, Reese, is it not great to play for a coach that just sets expectation as station to station? You know, get on base, move the runner, you know, work your way around the bags and get it in. And the same thing as the season goes game to game.
Yes, sir. We definitely like to play small ball. That even comes within practice. We do everything. We like to slow down, work on small things, not so much as big things, especially this time during the year when we're getting down to the big changes with people are over with. We got to start working on ourselves and taking the time to fix what you need to fix. And I think Coach Brown does a great job of doing that and doing it with us.
Well, Coach Brown, talking about, Reese says y'all like to play small ball. But you look at the scores from games, about half your games are double-digit runs or double-digit victories. So you guys can swing it and move it around the yard a little bit. Talk about your guys up there at the plate. What has the approach been? Has it been an oppo gap mentality? Or are these guys that just go up there and see ball, hit ball, and have been good, doing a good job of just putting the ball in play?
We work hard on approach, and we have since I got here, and they've done a really good job of not chasing, and they'll hear me say stuff during the course of the game like, come on, that's not a no strike swing. They know with no strikes they're looking for something, they're looking to jump on something, and they might get a strike. They might spin one up their first pitch and it's not theirs, and they might not offer it. They might take it and go the next pitch, and y'all were talking about small stuff. Reese was talking about small stuff. We very much like to think, hey, next pitch, next play. You can't change the stuff behind you. So, kind of what we preach to them is, no strike, something you can drive, one strike, something you can handle, two strikes, protecting. And it's kind of like the first two swings are for the name on the back of the jersey, and the last strike's for the name on the front of the jersey. So.
Awesome approach, man. That is an awesome approach. Well, Reese, calling the pitches and stuff back there behind the plate, y'all done a good job of pitching to contact this year too, and letting your defense get behind you. Just talk about that mentality as a catcher, what you're getting out of your pitchers this year, as far as, I think a lot of them have actually overachieved this year.
Yeah, my main thing is we can work a lot better out of first pitch strike than a first pitch ball. It's a lot easier to work from when you're ahead than you're behind. And that's my main goal is getting my pitcher the first strike so we can work from there. And then we like to pitch to contact because I think we can trust our defense behind us that if they put it in play, we're going to be able to back them up. And that's the main goal as the guys behind us is that when our pitcher lets the ball get put in play, that they need to make the play behind it.
Well, Coach Brown, when you got a guy like Reese, who we were talking about before we came on, who puts in the work obviously during games, but in practice, the guy you said is always dirty. How much easier is it on you as a coach when you got a guy that can help communicate to the pitchers, can help communicate to the team that's outspoken, but works his butt off? That way you got somebody you can trust that it's not necessarily your words all the time. You got a guy you can go to.
Man, you know what? As far as Reese goes, he does it all year. He was our coach on the field in the secondary. He's two-time all-district safety for us. He didn't play as a sophomore, came back as a junior and a senior, and man, he was the one that recognized formations and made adjustments and made sure guys. He's very physical, but he's also very cerebral at the same time. So I'm gonna brag on him a little bit more. We had a little incident at school where the girls and guys kind of got to pranking each other, and it snowballed, and both sets had some people suspended for a game of non-consequence. And so 6 of our seniors sat out that last game against Rio Vista on Saturday. And I tell you what, Reese was the ringleader, and my guys aren't allowed to chirp at the other team or anything, but all 6 of those guys were in the dugout supporting the young guys. We had a freshman at short, a freshman at second, a sophomore at first, a catcher behind a freshman behind the plate, a freshman in right field. And man, they were in the game and hooting and hollering and picking those guys up and just being a lead. It doesn't matter whether he's on the field, off the field. He's always leading and always talking and always thinking. And I would also, Reese, how many pitches have I called this year?
0.
Yep.
That
Reese,
I know of, maybe 1.
Reese, they might get some reminders in the course of an at bat on, reading a guy or whatever, but I trust Reese and I'd rather have the guy on the mound throwing something he believes in than going, why is coach calling that there? And so he's got the game. He calls it for us.
Well, Coach, the only thing I've heard that Reese is a little slow on is deciding whether or not he's going to prom. But
Oh, Lord.
I think
I do my homework, Reese. Don't worry about that one, buddy.
Two things ended up helping there. One, they got to gamble. It was fake money, but we had a gambling night. And 2, there was a shot at winning a PS5. And
there you go.
Raspberry, guys, I wish y'all could have seen this because at the end of the night, they were literally like bargaining with other people to get more money. Raspberry, our shortstop, ended up winning it.
Oh, wow.
There you go.
So he didn't want to go, and he dates my niece. And once he found that, he's like, I'm going. And that was his only goal, was to win PS5. So.
Well, Reese, sorry to mess with you like that, okay? But
oh, you're good.
In all sincerity, I mean, y'all get down to the last 4 games of the season. You got a home and away against Frost on the same night. That's a toughie right there. But you got to win 2 out of 4 at that point. Just talk about the mentality of the team going into those last 4, to make sure that y'all close this thing out with that championship run.
Well,
yeah.
Go ahead, Reese.
We went over to Frost, and I think we all had the mindset to do it, but it's crazy when you let the team hang around how quick it can go bad. We had a chain of events where just didn't handle outs, booted a ball, weren't where we supposed to be, and the way it happened, it could have happened a lot of different ways, but it looks a lot worse when you end up with a grand slam and have to go back to Italy and turn around and play them again. But it only hurt for a minute after we lost that game in Frost when we headed back to Italy. The bus was quiet. We knew what we had to do, and we went over to Italy and handled business. I don't remember the score, but
17
after that was over. And oh, yeah, that sounds about right. And then from there, we went to Rio Vista played Rio Vista, handled our business there, and closed out the district.
I was really proud of them. I was really proud of them at Rio Vista. We jumped out to a lead and kind of the same thing. We got off an inning. We had a couple we talked about the plate approach, and Reese kind of hit the nail on the head, working ahead on hitters. And the other thing that we struggled with earlier in the year was free base runners. Free base runners, hits don't kill you. Okay. I mean, if a guy gets a hit and in an inning but when you walk a guy and then you make an error, and then the guy gets a double, then you're putting 2 numbers up. And we kind of let them back in the game, and we went 9 innings, and it was we kind of went all in with Wafer and said, hey, we're going to win it right here, and ended up going 9. And as crazy it is, we go 9 over there, and the free base runners help us. We pinch hit a freshman, and Riddle Hoover gets a hit by pitch, and they walk Raspberry. And Reese, did you walk or get it? You walked behind him too, didn't you?
I think I walked. Yeah.
And then Ethan Escamilla smokes one in the gap, big double, and then we get another base runner and we get another double in the gap, and we look up and we score 5, and oddly enough, Frost and Itasca go 9 innings the same night. So you never know what's going to happen, and it was nice to finish it and not have it come down to the last game like it did in 2019.
Exactly.
Coach Brown, I want to touch on one point that Reese said, and I think this kind of exemplifies your team's mentality, especially going into the playoffs. Talking about that Frost series, you get beat, bus ride back, like you said, everybody's focused, locked in, knows what they have to do, and then they get it done. Talk about how I mean, to me, that just speaks to the maturity of the guys. But talk about what that means when you are going into the playoffs. And sometimes when you do play a series, that first one might not go your way, but the series is not over.
Yeah, it goes back to the one thing at a time. We can't look past to our next opponent. We're focused on Thursday. Wafer's going to have the ball on Thursday, and I think it can be a double-edged sword. It's kind of the mentality. You look at people in the big leagues like, Syndergaard and those guys, DeGrom, that goes out and pitches great and they get one run for him. I think sometimes the mentality is when you got your horse on the mound, well, we only got to get a couple. And we've done a pretty good job scoring runs for him this year, but I think they have a lot of confidence when he's on the mound. And, we're going to go try to get Thursday and then, we'll have Hiles going in game 2 and he's gotten stronger as the years gone on. And the last 2 outings, even over at Rio Vista, he had to come out. He had 103 pitches, but he threw 6 strong innings for us, and really them getting back in the game had nothing to do with him. We made a couple of decisions behind him that didn't work out well, and he had one in the inning where they got back into it. He struggled and gave a couple free base runners, but we had a chance to get out of it and didn't. So, and then we've still got, obviously Reese can get up there, and Raspberry could very easily be our number 2. But he's so important to us in the middle of the field defensively that I think people, in fact, somebody told me the other day, I said, "Oh my God, I'm so glad we don't have to play Raspberry again," because he fields everything and he finds barrels. So he's just a good kid. But the ride back over from Frost, I was proud of them. I didn't say a word. I think they were more mad at themselves, and you could see the pressure in that game. You could see as each mistake, it was like, come on guys, come on guys, come on guys. And there's a little bit of chirping at each other. And I think we took a deep breath after that game and came back over here and knew we were both kind of in the same boat pitching wise. And we knew we were going to have to, it was going to kind of be like a men's slow pitch game. And it was, we went up and then they went up and we got it back. And at one point it was like 7-5 and we opened it up at the end, but it was closer than 17-7 for a long time.
Well, Reese, I mean, we've talked about this and I've had the opportunity to watch, a little bit here and there, but the big thing that stands out to me is how good does it feel to be on a team where every night it seems like y'all got somebody different stepping up. It's not just the same guys over and over. I mean, somebody stepping up. Coach just mentioned, you had a freshman step in and get a big hit. It just seems like every night somebody's got that energy to get out there and just make sure the job gets done for Italy.
Yeah, it's somebody definitely different every night. It definitely takes somebody to step up every night on a team like this. We had Kevin get hurt back a couple weeks back, and we needed somebody to step up then. It's times like that where it's not somebody everybody at the same time, or this person in the lineup. There's people down in the lineup that get hits. I've seen several people grow this year. And that goes back to Coach Brown saying freshmen stepping up, that those guys are learning mechanics through Coach Brown, slowing down. Luke Drake's a big one. He takes everything Coach Brown says to heart and puts it on the field, and it really shows. But
awesome,
that the kid he's talking about, when Raspberry got hurt, we slid Ty Cash. By the way, Ty Cash at the bottom of the lineup, you talking about somebody, he is right up there stat wise with our top of the lineup guys. He turns the lineup over for us, and Ethan Escamilla has gotten stronger and stronger and just gradually worked his way up the lineup. And guys, I'm gonna be completely honest. I don't look at stats. My kids don't have access to the stats. And we were getting ready for the district meeting, and I went back and looked at them the other day, and everybody had, like, it was all kind of even, 10 RBIs, 12 RBIs. Ethan Escamilla had 22 RBIs in district, and and kind of I guess that's why I kept moving him up the lineup.
Coach, in this modern day, does that not probably focus your players in the fact that they're not chasing a stat, they're chasing what's good, best for the team?
Yep, there's only one stat that matters, boys. It's win and loss, and it doesn't matter. You know, if you told me at the beginning, if I told Reese Young at the beginning of the year, hey Reese, you can have 1,000 on base percentage, but you're going to bat 0 for the year, he would take it. You know, because the name of the game is to get on base, and my point that I was making was, you know, Luke stepped in there. Luke played second base. You know, he's our freshman. Technically, our freshman shortstop broke his ankle. Luke's moved over to shortstop on the JV, and actually he's a sophomore, but our JV shortstop broke his ankle. Luke moved over shortstop on the JV, but he's just so technically like Coach, like Reese was saying, you know, he gets out there with Kevin Raspberry and his footwork and his approach and his glove work and staying through backhands and man, he stepped in and he played great defensively for us. We DH'd for him, but he stepped in and filled a big void for us while Kevin was out. And as did Ty. Ty slid over and stepped up, and we flipped Ty and put him at the top of the lineup, and he kept hitting and jumped on the mound for us. You know, Ty Cash finished the game at Frost, and they were the runs that got him went unearned. And when we came back over here, he jumped back on the mound for game 2 and finished it up over here. So he's definitely the kid gets on the back of bulls on purpose. So he has no problem competing. So.
Well, Coach, we appreciate you and Reese taking time and joining us. Before we let you go, will you give us the times if you got them for Thursday and Saturday at Whitney for y'all's games?
Yeah,
awesome.
We're playing Thursday at 5, and then I believe Whitney is playing Eustis after us, and then Saturday we play at 5. The original plan was to play at 5 and with the if game after, but Whitney and Eustis took a long time to get their stuff to fruition, and it looks like now if they have an if game, they'll play their if game at 7, and we would play our if game after them. So it'll be 5 Thursday, 5 Saturday, and then depending on what they do and what we do, we could either be at 7 or 9. So I would prefer just go ahead and get it done in 2. It's not nearly as stressful, and it's a lot more enjoyable. So.
Well, awesome. Well, thank you guys. We wish you the best of luck. Congratulations again on a district championship, but we know y'all guys are not done. Reese, keep blocking it up back there. Keep doing good things. Coach Brown, wish y'all the best of luck, and hopefully we get you on here talking about a by-district, maybe an area regional championship. How about that?
Well, let's go win by district first, then we'll work.
That's
then we'll
right.
talk about it.
I was going to say, he ain't going to give you anything past by district.
We're not going to get any bad juju going right now. So, but we appreciate y'all
having playing
us.
ball down in Italy in both baseball and softball, man. I mean, you got to be a little bit optimistic, Coach.
You know what? At the end of the day, Tater, our kids are just pretty good at competing. They just compete. You know, whether it's in ag and welding something up or showing an animal or whatever it is, they have a tendency to compete, and they've got parents that allow them to be coached hard and hold them accountable and aren't trying to throw blame or anybody else. You know, the joke in my house growing up with my 3 children was, you know, when they griped about something, my advice to them was always suck less. And, you know, if you don't like it, suck less, you know, and, you know, everybody has a little bit of suck, and you have to embrace it and realize where that is for you. And you got to work hard on it.
I tell you what, y'all keep winning, and they may put a Whataburger down there in Italy. You never know.
Don't be teasing us. Sonic's pretty good to us though, so we definitely don't get hungry between Mama's Place and Hacienda and Denny's, and there's plenty of places to eat, so we don't go hungry.
So, well, thank you guys, and y'all have a good evening. We'll catch up with y'all later.
Absolutely. Appreciate y'all.
Yes, sir.
Bye,
Thank y'all.
Bye.
Are you hungry for the best burgers, fries, and pizza in Ellis County? Well, stop by Doe City Pizza and Burgers, where the ingredients are fresh every day and stacked up just the way you like it. Custom seasoned fries and burgers right off the grill on in-house fresh homemade buns. So head on down to Doe City Pizza and Burgers, where everything there is delicious. Doe City Pizza and Burgers, is located in Red Oak, Texas, right across from Red Oak High School. Make sure you come down and have the best burgers and service in Ellis County.
We are welcoming in live Waxahachie Baseball. We've got Coach Steindorf, we've got Ethan Starks and Elijah Berry. Thank y'all so much for taking time out of your evenings to talk with us. Congratulations on being playoff bound. It's got to be a pretty good feeling, Coach Steindorf. How do you think the season is gone? You end up third place in district. The most important thing is you're in the playoffs. But talk about how y'all feel as a team that this year's win, and what's the confidence level going into the playoffs?
I think, our confidence level's pretty high right now. We got a pretty good draw this year. 2 years ago, we had a bye district down in the Waco district with Robinson first round, which makes it real tough. But this year we got the Dallas district, which they're a little bit weaker. So it's a good first round matchup for us. I always said at the beginning of the year, I think this is a 3-round team at minimum. Us taking third makes it a little tough in the second round. We'll have to face Salina, but we got a lot of confidence in the boys and their ability to play up to good teams. So we're pretty excited.
Well, and Elijah, y'all been just putting a barrel on a ball all season long, seems like. Just talk about, what's great about that and how you're going to take that experience this far and extend it into the playoffs.
Yes, sir. I feel like 1 through 9 could all hit the ball. But the thing about us is we play small ball. We like to execute, do the little things right, which lead to the big things. So that's where we really shine and improve and score a lot of runs and put pressure on the other team. So, yes, sir. With us bunting all the time, it's every day I practice, but it helps out in the game. For example, they had me bunt. Ethan starts to get off the game, get on base. I bunt him over. My speed, I get on base too. That's 2 people on base. 3-hole comes up, drive us in, and we already up 1 or 2 runs on the other team. So the way we play and hit the ball, I feel like it helps out a lot and put pressure on the other team.
Well, does not that small ball aspect, Elijah, help open up some gaps in that infield to drive through that single, put it in the gap, bringing that defense in for you?
Yes, sir, all the time. They're worried about the bunt, and then we just probably pull back and slash or just sit back, draw the ball in the gap, get a few runs on the board, and the energy just comes after that and keeps it going.
Well, Ethan, I want to come to you. You're having a pretty good year at the plate. You lead the team about almost every statistical category, but you're the leadoff guy. You're the tone setter. Talk about when you get up there the first AB of the game, the approach you're looking to take to start the team off in the right direction. Like Elijah says, for you to get on base, what's the mindset like when you get in that box to start the game off?
Well, originally it was hit the fastball when I get up there at first, but now none of them really throw me fastballs. So I've been working on hitting off speeds, oppo, and up the middle, and that's really helped a lot. Just getting deep in the count, work the count a lot. So and we do a great job of leading off the game really well. So I think our mindsets are pretty good. Just get on base no matter whatever it takes. So.
Well, Coach Steindorf, I want to ask you from the coaching staff's perspective. When I hear Elijah say something like, "Ethan gets on, I'm bunting him over," and I'm the emphasis on it's selflessness. There's a lot of players that you ask to bunt, and they're like, "Are you kidding me?"
Yes, sir.
You got a guy on here that recognizes what's trying to be done. It's a team game, and he sits on here and says, "I'm bunting him over. I'm fast enough. I'm getting on, but I'm bunting him over." As a coaching staff, how proud are you when you've got a team of guys like that are selfless, that give it up for the team, and it pays off for what you guys are trying to do?
It's fantastic, to be completely honest. It's so hard for us with the younger kids to get them to buy into bunting. They when you're young in little league and coming up, it just seemed like the coach was giving up your AB. We've stressed real hard to our guys. We don't expect to give up ABs. We're expecting you to get a base hit off of that. We drive home, specific places where we want it in different situations. And we keep telling them, if you execute that and get the bunt down where we want it, you're going to be safe a lot. That's a base hit. And just like you said at the beginning there, it opens up the infield. It's only going to help us later in the game when they have to bring that third baseman up a little bit because they're worried about it. Even with 2 outs, we're not afraid to lay down a bunt because, our mindset is that we're not giving up an out. We're putting pressure on you to make an out, and we've got a lot of team speed and can get down the line pretty good. So we just try to really utilize that as much as we can. So it's phenomenal, especially when we do like inter squads to watch the boys want to get bunts down. Inner squad, everybody's kind of just wanting to get up there and hit home runs. And, there was a couple of times this year that the kids came up with the idea, as soon as somebody got on third, it was an automatic suicide. No matter who was up and what situation, if we had a runner at third, it was an automatic suicide. And they came up with it themselves. And, as a coach, to have them, recognize what we're trying to do and buy into it, it's phenomenal. It's phenomenal to watch when we execute it.
Well, and Elijah, just piggybacking off what Coach said to you, is it not great to have coaches that allow you to have input into the game?
Oh, yes, sir. It's wonderful. They trust us and we trust them. So they just let us go out there and have fun. So they see something that works. We like it as well. We're going to stick to it, put it in the game, and then we see results that we want to see.
Now, Ethan, you're a guy in many hats. You get out there on defense, you get on the mound, you swing the bat. Talk about how, because I know when you try to explain to a lot of kids, and especially younger kids, to separate your offense from your pitching or your defense from your offense. You're a guy that excels at all 3 phases. Talk about when you toe the rubber, how you separate what you're doing out there on the mound versus when you come up to the plate.
So say I have a bad at bat and I go pitch in the next inning. It's more of a revenge on the other team, just to, strike him out and get him out, honestly. Even if I'm having a good day, it really doesn't matter. If I'm having a good day at the plate and then I step up to the mound, it'll give me more confidence. But at the same time, I just try to keep the energy the same, just stay calm. Staying calm helped me a lot. At the beginning of the year, I'd go back and forth and, have like less controlled emotions. But now it's been really calm for me on the mound and at the plate. So I just
very nice.
Be calm, mainly.
Coach, you got him doing like tree pose and everything else out there like that, you little yoga?
No, sir. It's been a battle with him. Starks is a pretty emotional young man, and so we just constantly hammered him home. We made a joke. It's everything at 80% with Starks. Everybody, we always want to talk, give 110, give 110. With Starks, we're always telling them 80%, everything at 80%. So just to try to calm him down just a little bit, but he's doing a fantastic job with it this year. I think he's hitting almost right at 500 this year. So he's doing a pretty good job.
Well, Elijah, the Dallas Stars had the rally belly, okay? Most baseball teams have the rally cap. Y'all got a coach that's got something underneath the cap to try to get y'all fired up, okay? Because I can't let this one go. So,
yes, sir.
Elijah, how great is it to have a coach that's like, hey, man, I'm going to buy in with y'all. I'm going to dye my hair. I'm going to do everything I can to show you that I'm supporting y'all, just like y'all are doing all these things with these suicide drills and everything else to get these young underclassmen, to get up and buy into the program.
Oh, it's great. The coaches, they trust the process. We trust the process. We put our all into it. They put their all into us. And having the younger guys see our energy and the coaches buy into us, it's just going to make them want to work harder, be great. So it's a domino effect. We see the coach dye his hair, have fun, laugh at practice. It rubs off on us and the younger guys. So we're all one group, one family. We all love each other. And then we just have fun. Like Coach Steiner, dyeing his hair. I gave him a little haircut a few weeks ago against Hillsborough.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But just the little things like that, it makes the game great. Why we want to keep playing.
Coach Steindorf, talk about
Yes, sir.
as the approach coming into the postseason. Specifically, let's go on the pitching side of it. What are we looking for to improve, or do you feel like your guys are in a good spot, or we pounded the zone more? What are we looking for from the pitching staff as y'all go into the postseason?
Just to continue what we've been building off of here over the past few weeks. We've really emphasized FPS, first pitch strike. The stats on that are phenomenal. If you can get a first pitch strike on a batter, I mean, I think he's right now for us, I think they're getting about 80% out, is what we're getting. So to continue to fill up the zone is always just the mantra that we want is, throw strikes. If they hit it, we got a pretty stinking good defense out there that doesn't let too many balls drop. And so that's just our key is to get that first pitch strike and get it rolling.
Well, and Ethan, be getting up on the bumper once in a while. You got people like Elijah behind you. Does that not give you more confidence to fill up that zone?
Oh yeah, if they hit it in the outfield, I'm highly confident one of them is gonna go catch it. That 6'4" I've always been hearing about has been out there in the outfield. I've seen it myself. So, and he's got a good arm. So if they're gonna run on him, see what happens.
Well, I would say that y'all's outfield's almost a no-fly zone.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well, Elijah, go ahead, Coach.
I was going to say, we got some boys out there that can really fly and go grab a ball out of the air. It's kind of, I handle a lot of the outfield responsibilities on the coaching staff. And, I always tell them, I don't want to see a ball on the ground. And I said, go and back each other up. That way we can make those ESPN highlights. As long as we got somebody behind you, let's try it and see what happens. So they do a phenomenal job with that.
Yeah, what was that Wayne Gretzky quote? You miss 100% of the shots you don't take.
Yes, sir.
Going to get those balls.
Absolutely.
Now, Elijah, I can kind of get a sense by talking to you guys that the camaraderie, the team chemistry is pretty high. Going into the playoffs now, give us a peek into the dugout. How are you guys feeling?
Oh, feeling great. A lot of energy, a lot of smiles, laugh, but really into the game. You're going to see a lot of, You're going to see a lot of smiles, energy, eyes. We're going to be focused here and there. Well, not here and there, all the time. But that's just the main thing. Stay focused throughout the game, but make sure we're having fun at the same time. And we do that a lot. So the dugout's going to help us win, actually. When we're on the field, batting, it's going to play a huge part.
Awesome. Well, Coach Steindorf, do you have any details on this first series coming up, dates and times, anything that we can help get out there?
Thursday at 4:30 at our home field at Life Waxahachie off of Butcher Road. Tickets, I think you can get them online through the website. That we're playing Dallas Pinkston. They're the second seed in the 12th district. So come on out and watch a good show here. Awesome. I also like to say it's our first ever home playoff game. So that's pretty exciting for us. The program itself has come a long way in a short period of time, and we hope to keep it rolling here through the playoffs.
Sounds like we need to pack the stands for you, Coach.
Yes, sir. That'd be phenomenal.
Right. Well, Elijah, I'm going to go to you for this one, okay? I want you to channel that inner beast right now and tell people why they need to be there. Come on, man. Get loud and proud.
I'm not even a serious person. I like to laugh a lot, but
okay.
Hey, Bear, right here.
Bring it.
Yes, sir. Everybody needs to come out, show support. Life High School Waxahachie at 4:30 this Thursday against Dallas Pinkston, round 1 of the playoffs.
Yeah.
Well, thank you guys. We appreciate y'all taking time out of your evening to come and talk to us. We do wish y'all the best of luck against Pinkston and beyond. Hopefully we can have y'all back talking some more serious playoff baseball. Good things in y'all's future. We wish it for you. We think you'll get it done. So thank y'all so much and good luck.
Yes, sir. Appreciate it.
With today's busy schedules, we need flexibility. Pinnacle Bank is the way banking should be. With ATM Live, powered by the people. They have hours that make it easy. Monday through Friday, 7 a.m. to 9 p.m. and Saturday, 8 a.m. to 4 p.m. You can just pull up to one of the easy-to-access ATMs, where there's always someone live, friendly, and knowledgeable to help you. Pinnacle Bank, not just another bank in Texas, but Texas in a bank. Member FDIC.
We are welcoming in the Ennis Lions baseball team. We got Coach Monreal, got Fido Mendez and Eric Stanley joining us. Thank y'all so much for taking time out of your evening. I know y'all got better things to do. It means a lot to us. First and foremost, we want to say congratulations making the playoffs. And Coach, I want to come to you. It's got to feel good. I know you didn't win district, and I know that's the goal. But my goodness, you talking about a grinder of a district. Nothing decided until the dang seeding game on Saturday. I mean, from top to bottom, all the way through, except for maybe one team. It was a beat down, and you guys made it through. Talk about how you feel the season went and how pumped you guys are to be in the postseason.
Well, our whole goal going into this year was to get in. That's your goal, because to be honest, everybody knows how tough this district is, and by the time you get out of this district, you're already battle tested. I mean, you've played the best of the best, in my opinion. I mean, you look at what we have to go through and the teams you have to beat to even make the playoffs, and I think it only helps you in the long run. Of when you get to the playoffs, you've already been doing it. You've been battle tested. So I'm excited. I'm ready for these kids to get that experience. They've definitely earned it from all the hard work they've put in. And I'm ready to see us get rolling again. I think I like our chances. We got a good North Forney team. But I think here in a few days with some good practices, we'll get back on it and, go in there and play our game. And if we play our game, then I think we're tough to beat.
And Fido, I mean, you're coming in with a right around a 1 ERA in this district. I mean, dude, Coach said this before, you're a Bulldog. What gives you that Bulldog mentality? And, that just shows that you're a competitor too. How much does that competitive edge help you out there on the bump?
It helps me out a lot, but these coaches have been helping me throughout, and the way I need to pitch and the way I need to handle myself on the mound. But everything so far has been going the way I want it to.
Very nice.
Well, Eric, middle infield guy, and we'll get to the offense here in a minute. You're a dude up there at the plate. Talk about your mindset out there on defense, though. When you got guys at the top of your rotation, throwing everything they got up there, and leaning on you guys on defense. Y'all's defense is solid. Talk about what your mindset is and expecting that ball and working hard for those pitchers.
Yes, sir. I know we have a good pitching rotation right now, and we don't really have those dudes that are really throw it past you. So our mentality on defense is that we need to be behind that guy and just expect the ball to come for you and make a play for that guy. It's basically all we think, honestly.
Well, Coach Monreal, I know Eric said you don't necessarily have that guy that's going to flame throw it by anybody. And you don't necessarily need that guy to win, as y'all proven. Talk about your pitching staff and their mentality, the first pitch strike, working ahead, working to contact, and doing it effectively. How proud of you guys and how those guys are towing the rubber and getting good, hard outs for you.
I'm extremely proud of them. They've bought into us and what we brought in here, and we've been telling them that, if you can change speeds and throw strikes, and the key to hitting, in my opinion, is timing. So the key to pitching is throwing hitters off timing. So if you can do that and do that consistently and not hurt yourself with the walks and not make errors behind it, high school hitters will get themselves out if you don't walk them and you don't hit them and you throw strikes, and you can throw a breaking ball for a strike when you want to. And, it's the biggest thing is for our kids is the expectations on the mound. We don't expect them to go out there and throw a 7-inning shutout, no hitter, and strike out 10 or 11. But we do expect them to go out there and compete and throw strikes and execute the game plan we have. Every game, before every game, we talk to the pitchers and we tell them, hey, this is what we have. This is what we're going to work. This is who that we're going to work backwards. We're going to do this and that to this guy and this and that to that guy. And they just trust it. And for the most part, they execute and do what we ask them to do. And then on the flip side of that, man, our defense has been really good this year. Talking about not only just diving plays and stuff like that, but they've really bought into being a student of the game and knowing what to do in situations. And there are times where we talk about scouting reports and what this and that guy goes, and I'll look up wanting to move a guy over, and they're already moved over there. And they've already moved everybody else over. And it's just, it's a good thing that the kids understand that, hey, you can't be a robot in this game. You have to be able to feel the game and learn the game. And I'm really proud of what they've done and how they've responded. Like I said, this is my third year with this group, and man, they've just grown and grown and grown, and I'm really proud of them.
Well, Vito, don't you got to have some confidence in your backstop back there, your catcher? I saw a play this weekend that I thought really exemplified how good he's been doing this year, which was there was a ball bounced up, hit the umpire in the mask. He stayed down on it and threw the guy out at third. You got to have some confidence right there that you got a good backstop. And how's that relationship between y'all two?
Me and Luke are very cool. We talk all the time, and he's always there for me. But having him on the field, I have a lot of confidence in myself and knowing what I can do. And I trust him back there, and he trusts me on the mound, and it's a good relationship.
Nice.
Well, Eric, let's go on the offensive side of the ball. You're finding a way on base. It seems like every other at bat, you're on there, whether it's a hit, whether it's a walk, a double. But it really exemplifies you being at the top of the order. The rest of your lineup, y'all are tough outs all the way down. Talk about y'all's mental approach, what these coaches have tried to imprint on you guys, and how you all have found a way to be successful on the offensive side of the ball.
Yes, sir. Ever since I came to Ennis, Coach Honro has told me that we don't give up at bats easily. We need to grind at bats. You can't be an easy out. Like, even if you do strike out, make it a great at bat, like 8, 9 pitches, whatever. What we do is not a lot of high school players do it that I know, but most of us have a 2-strike approach that we use. And what Coach Ronro says is when we're in our 2-strike approach is to hit a lot of foul balls. We like to see the ball out of the hand, which is very important. But I think our mindset up there is to just grind at bats, be a hard out, as you said.
Coach Monreal, I can kind of speak on it from experience. I'm playing over in Waxahachie in high school. There wasn't a lot of kids with 2 strikes approach, and getting kids to buy in is hard. Talk about how easy it is, and then you talked about these kids get up there and they're grinding out at bats, and they all buy into a 2-strike approach. How you got them to buy in, and how they've seen the results of if they'll do that, if they'll choke up, scoot up, spread out, fight to the death, how that's helped the team in the long run.
Well, I've seen it, and the biggest thing is when you look at a high school game, you have 21 outs basically. And if you have 10 strikeouts, that means that for 10 of those outs, everybody in the field could sit down on their glove and not do anything. You don't have to make a throw. You don't have to catch anything. And just telling the kids, hey, if you cut down strikeouts to, less than 5 a game, 3, 4, 5 a game, that's the other team having to make 16, 17, 18 plays. And to us, we know we can run a little bit. And so if we just put the ball in play and run and play our type of game and constantly put pressure on other teams, I like our odds. And I think the kids, like for Stanley, for instance, I think last year we actually scrimmaged Waxahachie, and we go over there and scrimmage Waxahachie. And before that at bat, he's been hitting the ball pretty good. And then, it's like every hitter does, hits a little slump. Well, then when we go over there and scrimmage Waxahachie, I think we had bases loaded. It's a scrimmage, and he has 2 strikes on him. He has an 0-2 count, and I see him choke up and widen out. And then he hits a line drive over second base to score 2 runs. And then he ends up coming around and score. And I tell Stanley this all the time. I heard him in the dugout tell another player, man, I think I'm going to stick to that 2-strike approach every at-bat, every game, talking about early in the count. And that's something that, the kids, when they see success that happens and they understand that hitting's all about timing. It's to me, it's 90% timing. Everybody looks at mechanics and everybody looks at that. Well, how do I get my timing right? My timing is all making things easier. And in my opinion, if you have that 2-strike approach, that timing becomes easier. And you ain't got to do so much. And for us, if we just put the ball in play and put pressure on the other team's defense, I like our chances. So it's to them buying into a 2-strike approach, and them understanding that, hey, if I don't strike out, they have to field the ball and throw you out. And it's a lot harder than it is for, you to swing 3 times and go sit down. So that's how we've kind of bought into it as a team, and we've had success through it. So I'm really, really proud of them buying into it. So, and it's definitely helped us.
Well, and Fido, Coach just mentioned the dugout and stuff, but every time I've gotten to see y'all this year, there ain't an inch between you guys in that dugout. Y'all are all into the game, no matter if you're coming back out, if you're up to bat. Everybody's bought in on this. Just talk about the camaraderie on the team and how that's propelled y'all to this stage of the season thus far.
Yes, all year Coach Monroe's telling us it's going to take every player in the dugout to help out some way when their number's called. So we're already into the game, deep into the game, because all it takes is that one person to not lock in, and then it can affect the whole team. So we just come together as a team, and then we stay locked into the game, and we end up winning.
There you go, man. Pretty simple, huh?
Yeah, pretty simple.
That's all it takes. That's all it takes. Well, Coach Monreal, can you give us the details on the schedule for this next series with North Forney that kicks y'all off in the by-district ground and times and where it's going to be?
Yes, sir. So we're going to play Thursday, Friday, Saturday at Irving High School, 7:30, and noon if needed on Saturday. But you're playing North Forney. They're a good ball team. I'm excited for it. These kids are going to get that playoff experience, and they've definitely earned it. And, man, it just really excited for them, and let's get going. You've been battle tested. Now let's go. And I think we had a good practice today. We're going to carry that over to tomorrow and carry it over to Wednesday. And I think we're ready to go. So,
well, Stanley, middle infielder's known for talking it up a little bit. So I want you to give your best fire-up speech to get all these Ennis Lions fans out there. Come on, man, get loud and proud.
Man, put me on the spot here.
Well, you got the cap backwards. I mean, that's got the swag going on right there.
Oh man, it's usually up to Sanchez in this part. And I don't even know. I don't ever do these.
Well, I may have to send Coach Howard, the tennis coach, over there to get you fired up then.
Oh yeah, I've met him before. Yes, sir. I don't even know what to say.
We appreciate y'all taking time out of your evening. We won't put you on the spot anymore.
Okay.
Thank you.
But we wish y'all the best of luck here against North Forney and beyond. We hope by-district championships in your future. We think it is. And we expect great things out of you guys, and I know y'all expect the same thing out of yourselves. And so thank y'all again so much. Best of luck, and hopefully we can have y'all again soon talking about some more wins. But as most coaches say, we'll let y'all take it one game at a time. So best of luck. Go get them, and thank y'all so much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Y'all have a good night. Thank y'all.
You too.